Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Max here, and today we got another video. It's going to be a top 5 of my personal favorite cars. This has nothing to do with performance. You'll see some of these cars are, well, many of you will think are stinkers, but these are just my top 5 most fun cars, the cars that I want to drive the most and I've had the most fun with, and we definitely have a very wide range from GR2 race cars to a key car to a rally cross. There's some cool cars, and they're the ones I have fun with. And so yeah, without any further ado, let's just get straight into it. Start with the first car. So here we got the Alpine A220. It's a race car from 1968. This is a mid-engine rear-wheel drive car. It's got some decent power, 330 horsepower, 1,500 pounds, so the power to weight ratio is quite nice on it. And one of the big things I like about this car is, A, it's the fact that it's a race car, so it has a downforce, not too much, but enough for the high-speed corners where you can move it through. And the wheelbase on it, as you can see, it's a very small car, and you can really just chuck it through those small short turns with it because of that. So yeah, I just have the stats up for you guys to peek a little bit, and then we'll get right into the clip. And so here we have the Daihatsu Copen 2002. It is a key car that is front engine, front wheel drive. It doesn't matter that it's front wheel drive though, just because of the weight and the way I have the suspension set up. It's super tight in the rear. Whenever you're putting down power, it's kind of like a mix of you'll get understeer and then you'll get oversteer. And usually it will stay in grip, but with the way the car's set up, the reason why I have so fun with a car with 140 horsepower is you can basically huck this thing into any corner. Doesn't matter if you're going 180 kilometers an hour with this, full throttle, and it will hold. And you'll see that in this clip of it right here. It's full throttle. Majority of the time you're off it and then you're right on, and that's what just makes it so fun. So yeah, enjoy this. So here we have the Toyota Yaris GR. It is a 3-cylinder turbo. That's an absolute powerhouse for a 3-cylinder. It's right now I have it modded up to almost about 400 horse, but it's about 300 flat. And this thing's all-wheel drive. It's quite light. I've got it reduced a lot, and I have it set up for rally. I definitely have this thing where I'm not a big fan of using the rally cars in a rally situation. I love taking regular cars and making them rally cars. I just much prefer the driving experience with it. I don't even know if that really makes sense, but and yeah, especially with this car, it's maybe controversial for a lot of people, but I just love the sound of that screaming 3-cylinder. It's so good. It's so raspy. But yeah, enjoy watching me just absolutely send this thing through the dirt, and yeah, we'll go on to the next one after this clip. And so now we have the Audi Sports Quattro S1 Pikes Peak from 1987. This one is definitely going to be a unique one. It is a rally car. I've crossed it over to a time attack, just full-on standard race car for the track. The suspension's completely different. If you take a peek there, I basically copied a GR2 race car that we will see coming up next for the suspension, and it tightened it up real nice and just made it super good for the road. Got rid of all that body sway, and it's a monster. It is an absolute monster. The only issue I have with it is, I mean, you see the front and rear wing on this thing. They're massive. And yet this thing is making the same amount of downforce as I think the Alpine is, just 200. Like, it's wild. But other than that, it's a great car. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And now last but most definitely not least, we have the NSX GT500 from 2008. This car is one of my favorite cars of all time. I know so much about it, and it is an absolute monster. It's mid-rear. Obviously, it's an NSX, so the engine's in the mid. And it feels like it's all-wheel drive. Where you think you shouldn't have grip with this car, you do. It's always just ready to go, no matter what. It's just down to race. It's fairly simple. This car just wants to move. I've even added more horsepower to it, and it's still, like, the grip is still there completely. So yeah, watch this absolute banging lap. Definitely I would recommend, if you can get your hands on this car, to give it a shot, because it is an absolute rocket ship. And yeah, that will be capping off this video for my top 5 personal favorite cars. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what cars you guys like to drive that aren't necessarily just like the meta cars or anything like that, but you just have fun with. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Hope to see a lot of them, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.